Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, grade 4 students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. Open your Oxford Modern English. Today we will read a new story, a new lesson. Lesson number 4, Variety Entertainment. Page number 38. 3 weeks before the end of the term, Mr. Khan called the class together. "Now quieten down, children, and listen carefully," he said. "I have an important announcement to make." The children of class 4 crowded around their teacher. "He is going to scold us," whispered Daniel. "I doubt it," said Feroz. "I think it's good news rather than bad," suggested Maham. "How do you know?" asked Ali, the shortest boy in the class. "He's smiling," said Maham. If it was bad news, he would not be smiling, would he?" Said Mr. Khan loudly and glowered at the talkers. Maham's smile looked like an angel. Ali pretended to be thinking. Daniel became suddenly interested in something caught in his sleeve. When the children were quiet, Mr. Khan announced, "In a couple of weeks there is to be a variety entertainment in the large hall." "Great!" shouted Ali excitedly. "I like entertainment and magic shows and—" Mr. Khan stared at him with a look that could kill, so he stopped talking. "As I was saying before I was interrupted," continued Mr. Khan, "the headmaster wants class 4 to provide this year's entertainment. You will all have to think hard about what you are going to do for the show." The next day, Mr. Khan asked the children what they had planned. One by one, they told him their ideas. Sadia was going to dance. Maham and Hania were going to do a mimic. Yasir, Feroz and Anjum were going to sing a pop song. Daniel was going to read a poem. Moin, Atif and Sarah were going to perform a shadow play. They all had ideas of what they wanted to do. Only Ali remained silent. "And what are you going to do, Ali?" asked Mr. Khan. "I shall do some magic," replied Ali. "I hope you know some good tricks," his teacher warned. "Don't get up there and make a fool of yourself, boy." "I will think something," said Ali softly. 2 weeks later, the children were busy behind the stage. The large hall was full. There were people from the other classes, members of staff, parents, and guests in the audience. All the seats were taken. There was loud murmur of excited voices in the audience and great excitement behind the curtain too. The lights dimmed and the hall was plunged into darkness. The curtain rose and the show began with Sadia's dance. The show went very smoothly. The audience clapped and cheered, and all the performers did a great job. At last it was Ali's turn. Everyone clapped as he walked on the stage, wearing a green robe and a tall, pointed hat painted with stars and crescent moons. He looked like a real magician. But what was he going to do? "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen," said Ali. "Tonight I am going to perform a vanishing trick. I am not going to make a coin disappear. I am not going to make an egg disappear. No, I am going to make my dog Smokey disappear." Everyone cheered loudly. Ali took a large sheet from the table at the back of the stage. He waved it about it to show it was only a sheet. "Ali, has the dog gone up in smoke already?" shouted someone from the audience. Ali smiled. Then he went to the side of the stage and called out, "Smokey, Smokey, Come here, boy. But no dog appeared. Come here, Smokey, shouted Ali again. The audience laughed. Ali left the stage and reappeared carrying a small terrier in his arms. This is Smokey, announced Ali, and he is now going to be made to disappear. Ali held the dog in his arms with some difficulty. Smokey wriggled and turned. I placed the sheet over the dog and held the bundle tightly. He reached for his he reached sorry he reached everyone we were here. Smokey wriggled and turned. Ali placed the sheet over the dog and held the bundle tightly. He reached for his wand on the table, and as he did so the dog leaped out from under the sheet. Smokey barked at the audience and then ran and hid under the table. At the back of the stage, the audience could not see Smokey because he was hidden behind a tablecloth. How they laughed! Ali did not mind. He pulled out from the table and once again placed the sheet over him. He reached the wand, and again Smokey jumped from his arm and ran under the table. This time the audience roared with laughter. Some magic trick, shouted one of the boys from class 6. Why don't you disappear? Cried another, and the audience giggled. Ali looked worried and little embarrassed. But was this of his act? As you can see, he said bravely, it is very difficult trick. Ali crawled under the table with his sheet and came out with a wrinkled bundle. He held on to it more tightly this time and managed to take the wand in his left hand and wave it around the sheet. Abracadabra, hocus pocus, ritamatha potato matato toodle-doo, he shouted and then flung the sheet up in the air. The audience gasped in surprise. The sheet floated gently down to the stage, but there was no dog to be seen anywhere. Amazing! Well done! Cried the audience and applauded loudly as the curtain came down. When the bell rang the next day, the children went into the classroom. Mr. Khan congratulated them on a marvelous show. Ali, said Mr. Khan, your trick was just great. But tell us how you did it. It was magic, said Ali with a shy smile. No, tell us, Ali, tell us, cried the others. Well, what happened was this, explained Ali. Before the curtain went up, I put some of Smokey's favorite biscuits under the table. I showed Smokey where they were. When I carried him onto the stage, I did not hold him to him tightly. I allowed him to jump out of my arms twice and run under the table. When I went to get Smokey from the third time, I only pretended to put him under the cloth. He was still under the table, munching biscuits. This time Ali received a loud cheer from his classmates. He looked so pleased. I hope, students, you have enjoyed the story. Yes. Do you know any magic trick? Learn any magic trick and share with it your class or school or cousins. It will be fun. Okay, students? Keep reading at your home. Don't waste your time. Stay home. Stay safe. Okay, students? Your homework is to read this lesson and then you have to write the vocabulary words. Vocabulary words are announcement, audience, embarrassed, interrupt, marvelous, vanish, and variety. These are from the words to know on page number 38. Then you have to write the meanings of the words. Words are crescent, marvelous, interrupt, vanish, variety, glow. Take these words on the page number 38 and then write their meanings on your notebook. You have to also make sentences of the words. Words are marvelous, vanish, variety, audience, glow. Okay, students, keep smiling. Allah Hafiz.